Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Sabrina. Today I'm going to be going over chain stitch left-handed crochet. So when I was a child, probably grade school, I had trouble learning from my grandparents because I was left-handed, they were right-handed. And eventually after a while I was able to get it. They were able to switch up their hands in order to demonstrate and show me how to do it. So one of the first things we need to work on is to figure out how we want to hold our needle, our crochet hook. This is the pencil method. So you could start your chain holding it like a pencil. So some people hold it like this. And I have trouble holding it like that because that's not how I normally hold it. But this is something you will need to figure out. How you want to hold your hook. Okay? So you can hold it like this. Some people hold it like a knife. So you can hold it like a pencil or you can hold it like a knife. I hold it like a knife. And this is how I do it. It's completely what you're comfortable with, what your preference is. So then there's many different kinds of hooks, many different sizes. We have these big ones here for crocheting those big pieces of yarn. We've got this, I believe is a P, a size P. Let me see if I can find it. This one, I don't remember what size this is, and I don't see that it's marked. It might be like a Q or an R. I'll have to look that up. This is an S. This is a size S. 19 millimeter. I don't see one on here. Okay, so they come in plastic. You can get metal. Here's a plastic one. I've had some of these hooks since I was very young. I've been crocheting since I was very young. Some of these hooks were my grandmother's. I kind of inherited a lot of her crafting supplies. Nice little organizer you can get to keep all these in. But we also have something as small as this tiny thing here that you can use with a very, very fine thread. So that's pretty tiny right there. Now most of the time when you are crocheting, depending on what you're working with, the label will tell you or recommend to you which size hook you should use for your project. So if you can see there, it's recommending for this yarn 5 millimeter US H8. So I'm going to find my H hook. This is I. Okay, so here's my H hook. Now, it's also important to know what these parts of this hook are. Okay, so this part up here is considered the tip. This part right here is considered the throat. This part right here is considered the shaft. And then part D right here is the grip. And then this is your handle. This part down here. So I just thought it would be fun to also show you guys, along with my grandmother's old books that she had. I have some old things here that she had that I ended up with. But this book's from 1975. And I think they're just fun to look at. And this was a book at that time that would teach you how to crochet. But like I said, it's pretty fun to look at. So look at these old patterns. That's pretty interesting. And if you notice in this book, all the instructions were for right-handed people. So I think that's pretty fun to look at. But I have a lot of these different books, different patterns that were really fun to look at. So as I do tutorials, maybe I will just kind of incorporate one and just have a quick glance at it, or just lay it here. You can look at the cover of it. But I think it's pretty fun to look at. But so we will get started. Okay, so now we're going to start our chain stitch. So to do that, I make a little heart or pretzel. This is what it looks like. And then I put the hook in this way and up this way. And it's going to pull your thread on like this. Then I take this loop and pull it through this loop. And then you want to tug on this end. And that's going to tighten this knot right here for you. And then you can slide this up onto your hook. And that's our loop that we're going to start with. So at this point, I pulled this thread out so that we're not tugging on it as we're trying to stitch. You don't want to tug as you're trying to stitch because it will make your tension uneven. So we want to make sure we keep a nice even tension as we're doing this. So you basically want to do what's called yarn over and pull through the loop. Yarn over, pull through the loop on the hook. Yarn over, pull through your loop. Yarn over, pull through. Now it's important to note you don't want to yarn over this way and pull through. You want to yarn over the back of your shaft and then pull through. We're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. Now, again, talking about tension. You want to keep your tension in this hand even as possible. So I hold it like this in my hand. I keep these fingers here, yarn over, and pull through. Now another thing to note, you don't want your loop on your hook way down here in the throat of the needle. You want your loop to be on the shaft when you're yarning over and pulling through. So you want to slide this back to the shaft. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through. Now, as you can see, we have a nice chain stitch here. Nice and even. This top piece is considered a V. If you can see that, this is a V. That's considered one stitch. This is the back where these ridges are. If you can see those ridges right there. That's the back of the chain. This is the front of the chain. So I'm going to take this out and I'm going to start over. And again, I'm making my little loop here. It's going to look like this. Put the hook in this way. In and then up. Like this. This is what you should have. Then we're going to pull this loop through here. You're going to tighten this and slide this up. So now we have our loop on the shaft of the hook. And we're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. And again, as you can see, I'm sliding my loop back to the shaft. Because if you have your loop too tight here at the throat, when you try to yarn over, it's going to be hard to pull that through. So you want to keep this back here. And as you can see, I'm moving these two fingers up as I go. And you can see that my yarn is coming out nice and even. I'm controlling the tension. With this hand. So we're just going to keep going. And I hope by now you have the gist of this. If you have any questions, please message me. Leave some comments. There's our chain. So grab yourself some yarn. I recommend not going too big or too small, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to stick with this cotton. This is the sugar and cream cotton, and next week I'll come back with building on this single crochet or a chain stitch, build on the chain stitch, and then I will show you how to do a single crochet. And this is just here for decoration. I'm working on a rag quilt. If you like sewing, you can watch that video. I have part 1 out for cutting the fabric, and I will be releasing part 2 for assembling the quilt block. But here you go. Alright, I hope this video was informative for you. I hope I was able to help you in any way figure out how to get this chain stitch down left-handed. And please like and subscribe. Next week I will build on this, like I said, and we will do a single crochet. Alright, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.